27th March 2011, an air of tension blows over all IDPs in the larger Mau Narok region, on whose surface lies evidence of an attack and consequent efforts to restore peace in an area marred by land squabbles. It is a 2,400-acre piece of land that is a source of a continued tension here, land earmarked for resettlement. And yesterday, government's efforts to resettle internally displaced persons on a 1,000-acre piece of land in Endebess, Trans Nzoia County ran into trouble yet again when local residents blocked the move literally. Over 255 IDPs from Alko Nakuru found themselves stranded on the road as the residents opposed the resettlement, saying squatters in the area should be given first priority. But a section of members of parliament say the problem could be deeper.
There must be a cartel within the land purchase program that is really not doing due diligence.
Hii shida yote inachangiwa na sisi wanasiasa.
This latest standoff has all the hallmarks of similar incidents in Taita Taveta and the All IDPs saga, where local members of parliament associated with the resident communities rallied against the planned resettlements. This view is further reinforced by land experts who say politics has crept into the whole resettlement issue.
Remember that all the IDPs we can remember in the past 20 years, they have always come either prior to elections or post the elections, which basically means that the problem is in our politics.
But it is not the only problem.
I think the whole idea we need to use to resettle IDPs and for long term could be basically to review our land use policy nationally.
The government is in a further dilemma since it cannot take the IDPs to the expansive lands scarcely settled like the northeastern regions.
Hali iko kila kitu na sasa tunaona tuiko Chagwani. Wacheni nimwambie, tafadhali nikufie kwa hema.
The Lands and Special Programs Ministry have promised to undertake an audit of all government land.
I am going to take an inventory of government land in the areas close to where these IDPs are. And if I find there's a government land which is not being used, I'm going to do the same thing like we have done here, revoke it and offer it for settlement of IDPs.
But even this possesses its own challenges.
It may in some areas, but we need to say, what is the audit to warrant us to believe that such lands are available?
Which begs the question, what could be the way forward?
I think the resettlement arrangement basically must be an all-inclusive arrangement. All-inclusive in the sense that it must deal with the IDPs, it must deal with the squatters, it must deal with all other landless populations.
The deadline for IDP resettlement, which the government set for itself, is June this year. The recent squabbles over the land bring to sharp focus just some of the challenges that are faced within the framework of a nation on the path towards national healing and reconciliation. The plight of IDPs is one that everyone agrees is real and should be treated with urgency, and perhaps will ultimately require the intervention of the country's top leadership. Willis Raburu, Citizen Live at 9.